Today, we are talking about a major development in Nigeria's security landscape. President Bola Tinubu has launched a massive operation sending troops into forested areas across several states. This move comes in response to a serious increase in kidnappings, armed attacks, and other criminal activities. The government is deploying troops, forest guards, and aerial surveillance units to these remote locations. These forests have long been used by criminals and bandits to hide from law enforcement. And this new operation aims to change that. Before we continue, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Keep watching because this is about what's happening in real time and it could affect many communities. The operation involves deploying soldiers into remote forest areas, supported by Air Force surveillance. The plan is to secure areas where criminals have been hiding and prevent future attacks. The government is also recruiting thousands of additional police officers to strengthen security. In some states, the military is redeploying personnel from less critical duties to frontline security areas. This shows the seriousness of the administration's commitment to ending insecurity. Now, it is important to understand why this operation is happening now. In recent months, there has been a sharp rise in kidnappings and violent attacks. Schools, communities, and even highways have been targeted. These criminals have been operating with impunity, hiding in dense forests where they are difficult to track. The government has realized that reactive measures are not enough, and a proactive approach is needed to secure these areas. Let me remind you again, if you haven't yet, click the like button and subscribe to this channel. It helps us continue bringing you real news updates and engaging content. Supporters of this operation believe that sending troops and forest guards into these areas, combined with aerial surveillance, is exactly what is needed. They argue that this proactive approach will deter criminals, rescue hostages, and restore peace to vulnerable communities. Schools, markets, and towns that have lived in fear may finally begin to feel safe again. At the same time, some experts have raised concerns. They warn that sending newly recruited forest guards into areas where heavily armed criminals are hiding can be dangerous. Without proper training and equipment, these forces could face serious risks. Others point out that while this show of force is necessary, it must be combined with long-term strategies. Addressing poverty, unemployment, and social grievances is essential to prevent young people from joining criminal groups. Remember, every time you find this content useful, hit the like button and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family so everyone can stay informed about what is happening. There have also been mentions in some headlines about reactions from religious leaders, specifically Sheikh Gumi. While the headline talks about panic, as of now, there is no verified report from credible sources confirming his reaction. Headlines like these can sometimes be speculative or exaggerated on social media. So, always look for verified news before drawing conclusions. The key takeaway here is that this operation is a serious step by the government. Forest hideouts have long been used by criminals and terrorists. Deploying troops, forest guards, and aerial units could be very effective if done correctly. The operation must involve careful planning, good intelligence, proper training, and cooperation from local communities. Without these, the risks increase, and the operation might not achieve the desired results. For everyday Nigerians, this operation could have several impacts. Communities near forests may see more security patrols and checkpoints. Schools, churches, and public spaces may get additional protection. At the same time, some movement restrictions in affected areas might be necessary to ensure safety. This operation also sends a strong message that the government is serious about tackling insecurity, which is a positive signal for citizens. Stay alert and cooperate with authorities in your communities. If you see anything suspicious, report it immediately. Supporting these efforts can make a real difference in keeping communities safe. I also want to remind you again, like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated on these developments. It is very important to stay informed because these security measures affect everyone. As we continue, think about the possible outcomes of this operation. If successful, criminals will be displaced, hostages may be rescued, and communities could feel safer. However, if not properly managed, there could be unintended consequences, including clashes, disruption to local communities, and potential risk to those deployed on the ground. The success of this operation relies not only on military force, but also on intelligence and cooperation with local communities. Residents providing tips, authorities monitoring movement, and proper planning all play a crucial role. Security is not just about soldiers and guns, it is about strategy, timing, and the involvement of everyone in the community. Now let's talk about why this operation is significant for the entire country. For years, criminals have used forests as safe havens because these areas are remote, difficult to access, and often beyond immediate government control. By moving troops and forest guards into these regions, the government is taking direct action to reclaim control over these areas. This is not just about sending forces into the forests. It is about sending a message that lawlessness will no longer be tolerated. Make sure, before we go deeper, that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Sharing this video is also important so that everyone knows what is happening in real time. The operation also highlights the government's commitment to protecting ordinary citizens. Communities that have faced repeated kidnappings, raids, or threats can now expect a more visible and immediate security presence. For families, this could mean peace of mind, knowing that authorities are actively working to prevent attacks. Schools, churches, mosques, and markets could see increased protection, and patrols might be more frequent in vulnerable areas. At the same time, it is essential to understand the challenges involved. Forest operations are complicated. Troops and forest guards face harsh terrain, limited visibility, and sometimes extremely well-armed criminals. Success depends on coordination between the army, police, air force, and local authorities. Intelligence is key. Without precise information, it becomes very difficult to identify criminal hideouts and prevent ambushes. Another important aspect is the role of technology. Drones, aerial surveillance, and communication equipment are being deployed to support ground troops. This combination of eyes in the sky and boots on the ground is critical for tracking movements, locating criminal camps, and ensuring the safety of those on the front line. I want to remind you again, if you haven't done it yet, like this video and subscribe. This keeps you updated and also supports the channel to bring you more real-time news. Let's also consider what this means politically. This move by the government shows determination and seriousness in addressing insecurity. It demonstrates that the administration is willing to take bold steps, allocate resources, and make long-term commitments to secure the nation. For citizens, this can build confidence that leadership is actively working to restore safety and order